It's Wednesday, June 16th, 2021, 6:55 a.m. right before the open, and we are sitting right above yesterday's value, but also in range. We are coming into a pretty balanced overnight session. And looking at the 15-minute, we, in the overnight, about 8 o'clock, we have continued to move higher into this upper end that we haven't been into really in 3, 4, 5 years. This is 73. We haven't been this high since, basically again since 2018, October 2018. So can definitely continue to move higher. Expectation now would be, are we going to hold this value and move up? We have a lot of this space and a lot of this price here to the left tested. I would expect that a lot of this liquidity could be flushed here. It seems we are holding this area when we had a slight change of behavior down here on higher volume from about 2:30 in the morning here. Buyers stepped in here and pushed up, so looking for this area to move higher. But again, we will see what happens at the open. Not a real clear bias on either direction, long or short here. Looking to be somewhat in balance. But as far as what it looks like, we do look to be holding the yesterday's upper side of value here. If that will hold through the open, we will see. So after the open, we had this nice imbalance down, but now we're sitting kind of in this area, sitting below trouble here. So longs trading right into trouble here. Shorts too. Large volume down below, so that's problematic for the shorts as well. My expectation would be that we do come down and test at least down into the point of control from yesterday. But first of all, I want to see what happens when we come down and test this volume. If so, if we can hold this and we get some kind of imbalance up, I would be now looking to possibly take a long up into this trouble to 24. So that's a little bit counter context with what we're seeing now with the move down, but we'll see what happens. So it's about a minute before the news. I don't really have much of a directional bias here. When we pushed down here, we had strong buying coming in here, more demand coming in here, pushed all the way back up into this supply area here, and a lot of selling coming in here as well. So just going to watch and see what happens and see if I can, when we break out of this range, what's going to happen, and try to pick a direction one way or the other. Not much happening for me. I've had one trade. I tried to take a long here after we broke above this range after the news, and I took a real tight stop after this low was put in here. I took it blind off some volume and took a reduced stop for a -4 when this didn't hold, and that was, where was that? That was right around here after the news. So it was actually right here when we looked like we tested back into this volume and held here. I took it at 47, and then we came back up and we just couldn't push back up through this volume, so I managed it pretty tight. And then we had this massive V-shaped reversal sell off here, and then this demand and this buying came in below after we low ticked here, and I just was trying to get long, and it never came back. 100 ticks rally off that low, pretty much. Right around 100. So that's how it goes. So now I'm just kind of watching, staring. We're into fresh space once again. New high, 3-year, 4-year new high. So
want to see how we handle this high. If we reject, I potentially could take a counter context trade to fill in some of this space if I can find a setup here. We'll see if that's possible, but if not, I'm probably going to call it a day, and doesn't seem like it's meant to be for me today. Had a short here to get in order to get short here at 89, and I don't think it's going to come back. Came pretty close, about 87, and now we've pushed down below this last buyer here, and so I'm going to likely pull my order now. Just keep missing my entries and my fills on this, so missed the 89 short up in here by just a couple ticks, and then what I noticed is after we pushed down into this 70 area, we came up, and then on a fairly large volume came up and found sellers here, and this kind of coincides with this large volume back here as well. Had heavy volume here, came back up from below, put in more supply here, and then pushed down. And I was really hoping for some kind of high tick here, some kind of high tick and a failure down and a push, but didn't get it. This is something that I really want to work on, is that a lot of times we don't get flushes through the levels, and so waiting on flushes and failures or high ticks or low ticks, it makes me miss out on a lot of entries, rather than just taking an entry somewhere in here in the 77, 79, 80 area here and getting short here. And then my expectation was to go down to this 56, and the 56 was this low volume area here. That was this right here below this, right on the edge of value here. And then we can see that we sold off and went way through, all the way, came back all the way back through the point of control. So now I definitely am going to be done, I believe, because we're fairly balanced today anyway. Didn't get any opportunities, unfortunately, today, but just one small loss for a -4. Always learning every day, which is a good thing, but learning to trust my levels, and knowing that I knew that after we broke the overnight high, came up to the 73 round number and kind of rejected, that I wanted to be short through here to kind of fill in some of this space. This whole low volume area was likely to be filled in, and I didn't get any trades in through here, so it's all right. Tomorrow there will be always more opportunities. Well, I decided not to call it a day, and I decided to take 2 more losses. So down 27 ticks for the day now. So from a -4 down to a pretty bad -27. I saw this volume coming in here and didn't quite imbalance above. Didn't have a very good valid trigger. My expectation was after this big move down to fill in some of this space here, back up to this area up here, back into the low volume area, and then we just sold off, and I got taken out for like a 13 tick big loss. And then after this volume down here and this imbalance up, I took another one at this 05 area, and I didn't take it off. I should have de-risked here, and ended up getting taken out to the tick down here at 95, just a random 10 tick. So pretty unfortunate ending to the day, but I'm out of here for the day.